So there's not much to say really, because I never managed to buy my music equipment. I mean, I had to make choices, and Stormzy like criticised me in kind of criticized me, criticized people like the Kardashians and stuff like that. People criticizing musicians who spend more on their looks than the music that they make. How can you call yourself a musician when you care about more about how you look than the music that you make? And I was like, I never really made music because, I never had a bass. You need a real studio, and I don't want to play with other people's toys, essentially, what it comes down to. And then music equipment's so expensive, and even when I had money, it was, life and stuff like that. Not necessarily always taking the easy way out, like a Saturday night and saving. But I mean, when it came to having money in my pocket, like, am I going to buy decks like a DJ and real fucking buy some decks and buy some, I bought myself a guitar, but I was never really good at it. I bought myself a saxophone, violin, I never learned how to play the piano, but my friend, he could. He was a level 9. Last time when we were teenagers, he was level 9, so he was probably, compass, capable playing piano. But, he taught me, he showed me around a synthesizer, and a lot of the stuff in the 80s that I grew up with synthesizing kind of sounds into new sounds. And so I was always confident I could make music. I just, whenever I had money, it was, I'm going to put it aside for my transition. When I've got enough saved up, I'm just going to kind of go, bling. It didn't work that way, but it was a sacrifice that I had to make. Because essentially, anybody, and my computers broke over the years, and instead of being able to afford to replace them because I didn't have a real, I've had several jobs over the years. Your CD is dead, go get a day job instead. But my day jobs were shit, and I never really paid very well. So I never really saved up the money that I needed to get what I wanted done. And of course I had plans and stuff. Like everyone's got an AK. Everyone's got an AK. And this is my AK. Obviously, man, can't run out of bars. As I'm actually thinking of getting a chipmunk on my neck here. And I want to get a Bubsy, the Bubcat. Because it's Bugsy Malone, Bubsy the Bubcat. Give him the gangster hat as well with the machine gun. So it's Bubsy Malone, you see what I mean? But and with the chipmunk behind it. So then, and have them kind of in the tune thing together. That would be fucking sick. That's a tattoo. That's one of my tattoos that I'm going to make right now. Anyway, so while I'm drawing that, and that's what I mean about them being inspirational to me as musicians, because they inspire me as an artist to draw and paint and make music. But my money went into transitioning, and Stormzy was like, the lyric that Stormzy was like, oh, you put your last $5 into your look, and that's not real. And I was like, you're right, man, because if I'd have put my fucking shit into fucking buying a fucking a boat that I'd planned, I had the money for the boat, and I had the boat lined up, and the thing is, the cash just was in escrow for so long that the hands never shook. That's what pisses me off, because I had the boat there in escrow, I had the fucking money in escrow, and then eventually it was just the time. And I thought, if I had that boat, I would have been able to turn that into what I wanted. And that's where my kind of dream, kind of the seed of my dream kind of comes from as well. And that's why I kind of that's why I called my, that's why I'm calling my first boat the Storm Butterfly. Because apart from the fact that I'm a butterfly, it was Stormzy's lyric in that song, that made me realise that, yeah, if there was a storm, if there was a real storm, how can I be a butterfly if I can't fly? And so Storm Butterfly is going to be the name of my boat. So it's Chipmunk and Bugsy, isn't it? Chipmunk and Bugsy. And then the thing is, like, he's like, I knew I would never fit into the grime scene, and I thought Chipmunk was going to be that acceptable place in the grime scene for all of the trans, bi, gay people who love the music, but wasn't going to ever be accepted into, because at a Sangra gig, they just start cutting off the, stuff straight away. And, all of the really pretty girls get put into things. So there's got to be a place for the fans to hang out like that, and Chipmunk was supposed to be that guy, yeah? Because as cool as Bugs and Skepta and JME are, they don't necessarily want to be hanging around with girls like that. In fact, Skepta first met a trans girl in Soho. Next thing he released, transvestites, man, them in disguise, because he got tricked, and he was like, what is that, a man? Proper, that's a man. He's like, he never realised that you can be so beautiful, and he was like, he felt tricked. That was him feeling tricked. Like, what, I fell in love with a Sket? You fucking joking? He's like, calm down, Sket. Like, these are women, and he's like, you respect women. He's like, of course you do. You don't need to answer that. You know you respect women, because everything you do is about trying to get your woman's respect, no? He's like, yeah. It was like, well, there's some things about women that you need to know. And it was like revelations to him. It's like, but he's a king. And it's like, usually that would kind of melt someone's brain. But he's a king, and he just kind of sat there and was like, All right, so we'll get rid of Devilman completely then, because he's basically like one of the people who keeps killing the sound. He's one of the murderers of the idiot sound, yeah? So, done with him. Give Chipmunk that boost. Chipmunk fucked it up. Bugs had to bail him out. Everyone was disappointed, and Chipmunk has still gone MIA. Wiley had to come out of, like, in between his recordings, because he's recording his new album. It has been free. It came out and did On a Level briefly while he's releasing his new, recording his new album. He had to come out on one of the One shows and kind of go, all right, I know Chipmunk's fucked up, but he's our kid, like, calm down, everybody, because people will go, like, it's grime, it's music, and he's mainstream, but it's grime. They went after Tupac, they went after Biggie, he's not, and like Wiley's metal, only, will cover only so much. He's like, oh, come on guys, he's our kid, but it's still up to Chipmunk. Because at the end of the day, you can stand under my umbrella, but if you want to walk out in the rain and it's shower man time, and you're acting like a fucking fool, and Devilman's running around, or some fucking, or like, you know what I mean? Some real bumperclot bad man. But I can't save you from the bumperclot bad. That's what Skepta's saying. It's like, I'm a bad man, but I can't save you when it comes to bumperclot bad man. It's like, you've got to know your fucking place in the Lion's game, in the King's game. Like, women like me, girls like me, trans women like me, you got to know not to step to kind of men like that. Yeah, you've got to be careful. Because there's men like Skepta and JME and Chipmunk and Bugs who are going to go, yeah, don't worry about it, it's cool, you can chill with us. And there's going to be the other guys who are going to be like, no, you fucking come to me, and then it's going to be like, it's going to be grime, it's going to be Devilman. It's going to not be good. So us girls have always had like a really difficult path to walk, especially if we like that kind of music as well, because it's got a deeply ingrained homophobic vibe to it. And Stormzy came out and apologised for his homophobic song. Oh my gosh, Stormzy, you don't need to know that. Bless him. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was part 4.